And action! Hello, this is Ben from Ben's Kitchen and Garden, and these are strawberries that I picked yesterday. And you can see they are all sorts of ripeness, and some are overripe, some are under, some have really big spots on them. So I thought I'd just do a quick video on how I take care of these and put them away for the rest of the year. So it actually turned out that yesterday was the last day that the farm was open, so these berries are in a variety of different conditions. This is kind of a range that I'm laying out on this cutting board. And you can see that many of them have this white stripe here. I'll see if I can get this to focus. And this is still ripe. You can see the end is deep red, but this part up here is a little bit under. It's just actually a coloration thing on the variety, so it's not so much that the strawberry is not flavorful and juicy, it's just that the color is not fully red. So I have this little knife here. This is not a nice knife by any means, but it's handy because I can hold it in one hand. I'll zoom in again here. So what I like to do actually is just use my hands primarily. I rip that top off. You can see how little I waste then, just this tiny amount. And then I'll grab this like this, and I'll just cut through and open it up like that. And I put it in a bag. Now if I have one that has a spot, I'll kind of pull like this, maybe towards me. I can tell that this one here, that is overripe. So the main reason I can tell is this inside actually has probably a little bit of mold starting to form right in that center cavity. You can probably just barely see that on the camera. So I'll leave that one out. This one looks similar. I know for sure that this whole top will need to be taken off. This one's got potential. Cut it open. And unlike that last one, you can see that it's not really moldy. It's actually just probably just overripe and totally fine. Now let's look at these. These might be a tiny bit underripe. And we'll cut this one open as well. That's some coloration there, still white. I'm going to take the top off of this one as well. So you can see it's super white. And then it's about 50-50. This is totally fine, especially in a frozen strawberry that I'll use later on. You'll hardly be able to tell if they're fully red. And then this one, same deal. This one's a little bit more ripe. And this one looks pretty good. I'll just take the top off and I'll do my cut through like that. And you can see this one's actually probably a little bit underripe. When that inside is white like that, that's a pretty good indicator. And the outside is red. This is probably a little bit underripe. Again, it's totally fine. It's not that big of a deal. Freezing all of them at the same time. I'll use them at roughly the same time. So I just go through. I have two flats that are about this size and I freeze them. The only other thing that I do is that I fill up this bag and then I lay it flat like this and just stack it up in my freezer. I used to do a lot more strawberry jams and other sauces, but just got to a point where I didn't feel like I was really, oh, this one's got a big spot in there. That one's no good. I felt like I just preferred them to be frozen so I could do what I wanted with them throughout the year. There you go. So that's what I do with these strawberries. This is only about 10 pounds worth, but it's a perfect amount to put in my freezer and use throughout the year. A little bit overripe.